Alright, got Hidden Palace Zone, and no, not the Hidden Palace Zone from Sonic 2. I don't know why they reused this name. This one's barely a zone, it's more like just staircase. It leads to a boss fight. But of course, I make it take longer than it has to because I have to be hyper for reasons.
My favorite kind of level, a stairway.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2 agrees.
Yeah, that game was... Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Level design.
Do you know how many times I fell down that staircase? It's funny the first time watching Luigi fall, okay, but the second time is kind of insulting.
I was gonna say.
Like,
it's like, oh, it's cute, but then like you're like 2 steps away from like the top of it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to watch it fall for 45 seconds straight.
Not even joking, because there's like 20 stories in that part.
Yeah,
Alright.
carpet burns.
Alright guys, we're finally gonna beat him. Snuggles.
Him? Snuggles?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, you
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, this is why I want to be hyper.
Oh no.
He's dead. You killed him. Oh, never mind.
Alright, now we have character development.
I'm not even gonna lie, I thought I was actually in game. Oh no, so
If I could download a mod that does that, I would. Anyway, now Knuckles finds out, wow, the evil scientist is evil!
it was so hard to figure out. It was so...
I love there's a part in Mania where he is about to attack a mech in a very similar scenario. You see a thought bubble of that happening, decides against it.
Also, Jesus, Doctor he just lobotomized Knuckles.
That explains so much!
No wonder he's an idiot.
Alright, yeah, that makes more sense. He wasn't stupid in this game. Because this is the first time he fell for. Later games, no, he is. He's lobotomized. The poor guy.
It all makes sense.
I feel so bad for him now.
Alright, yeah, anyway, that's the thing I love about this game. There's actually storytelling there. He saw Eggman betrayed him and realized, oh, this blue guy is actually pretty cool. And now he's on your side. Like, that's the kind of stuff you don't really expect from platformers in this era.
Right.
If you stand in this specific spot, Knuckles chews you away, but I don't know the exact spot, and I don't want to spend forever doing that, so... There's a whole video by a Sonic YouTuber who was really great, but just abruptly left the world. I don't know what happened to him. Cybershell, he made a video about that Easter egg, and he said it had destroyed his sanity. It's a really interesting video that everyone should watch, honestly. Cybershell made, like, really great content. I'm really sad he's gone.
I think when people
guess Sonic
hear like
Force
that
is
on
just...
YouTube, they just probably just stop making content.
Well, no, what's actually concerning to me is the guy isn't even active on his Steam profile. He just, like, left. Like, we don't know what happened to him.
Completely ghosted? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like, his fanbase is genuinely concerned he's dead. I mean, there's been signs pointing to him still being alive after his disappearance, because he did go back to his Steam profile at some point, but as far as I know, he hasn't gone back to it since. And I don't know, it's a sad situation. I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's okay, though.
Right.
Anyway, on a lighter topic, this zone returns to Sky Sanctuary. No, this zone returns to Sonic Brendan, why did you do that? Anyway, this zone returns to Sonic Generations, except there is not yellow enough.
Not yellow enough.
Yeah, that was a complaint a lot of Sonic fans had at the time, because it wasn't yellow enough.
Oh, you mean like green eyes? Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer the way it looks in Generations. Yeah, it's not accurate, but, like, it looks a lot nicer.
Yeah. Or blue arms.
Remember how Chris Chan just maced a GameStop employee?
Yeah, that's insane.
You forgot about that? I think about that daily.
You wake up and like, oh yeah.
Yeah, because it reminds me, hey, as much of a wreck I am, at least I'm not that. Anyway, this is my one and only death this entire playthrough, and I'm so ashamed because this isn't even a hard fight. I just start relying on tanking him too much, and I lose all my rings, and they clip through the ground, and... Yeah, see?
Oh.
It's my only death! I've never had a no-hit run of this game, and I almost did! I'm, like, so heartbroken! And you know what makes it worse? This is me refighting it, and I completely annihilate it. Look at this!
Wow. Yeah, the second time.
What happened?
That was a joke.
Yeah, I was so close to having a no death run. I've never done that with this game. I've only done it with 1 in Mania. Never 3 or 2. Or even CD, because I don't like CD. Whee!
I was about to say again though, like, the fact that he's recording 30 FPS, you can't see a little red laser that's supposed to pop out of the teleporter thingies.
Oh, I thought that was just an arch. I didn't realize that was like an obstacle. Like, oh, yeah, that's cool.
Actually, was that there? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know this zone super well, so
I just know in Generations it has like the laser.
I know with Generations it had a lot of stuff. I mean, you could be right. I don't know the zone super well.
I just know most of my Sonic knowledge through Generations.
Oh yeah, fun fact. This is a really weird thing I completely forgot about. In the manual, it mentions Knuckles' favorite food is grapes, and in Sonic Generations, you can see grapevines growing in Sky Sanctuary, and that's like one of my favorite small details the series has ever done. Because like, who's gonna notice that? And I believe that's a thing that was only ever mentioned in the American manual, so yeah.
Yeah, talk about kind of obscure.
Alright, so now we have Mecha Sonic, who only ever appears in this in a Dragon Ball Z inspired Mario and Sonic crossover Flash series.
Yep, I remember that too.
Yeah, if you're on the internet in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, you know about that. Anyway, it's a fine fight. Honestly, Silver Sonic and Sonic 2 is better, but I probably just think that because you had no rings, so there's more at stake.
I was gonna say though, I remember the Dragon Ball Z thing you're talking about from Newgrounds actually, because before I even watched YouTube, which I didn't start watching YouTube till like 08, 09, because DSP had just started, I remember. But I used to watch Newgrounds all the time, and I remember finding the animation. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, the series is called Super Mario Bros. Z. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember there being a lot of, like, actually good moments in it. And the series was being remade, but then the creator, went through some major depression, so that was put on hold for a while.
I do miss Newgrounds sometimes, though. There's a lot of funny, video game animations on there. I mean, like,
okay. So this is the final zone in the game, Death Egg Zone. Again, not from Sonic 2. I don't know why they're suddenly reusing Sonic 2 zone names. It's actually a pretty great zone, I think. It has a lot of cool gimmicks to it. The music's fantastic. It's actually pretty hard without being, like, straight up... It's actually pretty hard without being straight up annoying, like, I keep on forgetting basic zone names. The ship level from Sonic 2. Wing Fortress Zone.
Yeah. I was trying to think of what it was, but I couldn't.
I do that a lot with, especially Sonic 2 zone names, because I just don't like it as much as 1 and 3. I just briefly forget zone names, and I feel ashamed because I should know it.
You were talking about making mental notes earlier. Like, I do that, like, every playthrough I edit. I always, like, tell myself, I was like, you should mention that in the recording, and I never do.
You're, like, watching it later, and like, oh,
if it wasn't for you, I probably would have forgotten to bring up, like, my favorite Sonic fact ever with Dr. Robotnik's Diabolical Traps thing.
That's why most of my edits, though, are like, oh, I forgot this, by the way.
Right. Because that would have been, like, an edit.
Yeah.
So, there's pretty frequently a lot of, like, goodies you can get. Screw that guy. If you avoid those loopy things, I don't know what to call them. Why is that thing not moving? I expect it to be like Starlight Zone where you just have to hit the bottom of it. Oh, that felt good to do.
Some serious skill over here.
I know.
I love that about the Sonic games. If you hold the jump button as you hit a monitor, you'll regain the height you were at, like, the height of your jump. And you can take advantage of it by doing stuff like that.
And I will admit, that's probably why I majorly sucked at the Sonic series as a kid, because I never knew that.
Well, it's not a thing that, like, will insanely improve your playing abilities. It's just a fun thing you can do.
I know, but I don't know. Every time I see other people do it, it seems like it does help a little bit.
I mean, it does, but I don't think it's going to be like a determining factor of your skill level.
I don't know. I just know.
So
I just know you can do a lot of crazy stuff with it. Where you can gain like a lot of momentum, bounce off of it, and just can have a level.
All right, so that gap I jumped over back there. Very frequently I run there and I forget to jump and I die, and that's usually where my first death comes from. That's why I've never had a no death run of this game. It will happen one day, hopefully in my review, so I can brag about it there.
And you still wouldn't majorly change anything, but I constantly see you like head neck bounce like over like a whole bunch of parts of the level. Right?
Yeah, but like it's not gonna like dramatically improve your skill level. It's just a cool thing you can do. It really doesn't help you that much.
I was gonna say it's not as integral as like Mario, where you have to like push the button right and you jump on an enemy to get higher lift, or even like Donkey Kong Country, where like the rolling mechanic, you know.
Well, you always ask me why I didn't like these games. I'm always trying to figure out why. I don't know why either. I just don't.
Because you have bad taste, just accept it. Alright, so you can actually use the level select code to get into this level as Knuckles. Knuckles actually never is supposed to enter this level. His final level is Angel Island Zone. Anyway, but if you get to this boss fight, it's straight up impossible as Knuckles because you can't jump high enough. I think they might have fixed that for Sonic 3 Complete, and I would assume they did for this version of the game too. But if you're playing the original release, yeah, don't go to as far as Knuckles. You will die. This guy is like legitimately really annoying to hit.
Yeah. I don't know, but I thought of like the eye enemies from Mario 64 for some reason. It was just like the spinning or whatever.
Oh no, Mr.
Mr.
I. Okay.
I don't know. I feel that way about a lot of games though. It's like everybody says I should like it by like all means, like because there's other things I like about other games. I don't know.
I feel that way about A Link to the Past, but I think it's mostly like a big reason why I just can't get into that game is just how vanilla it is by today's standards. Like it set the standard for Zelda, and because of that, every Zelda game does a lot of things A Link to the Past does.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably. Yeah, I wouldn't say that would explain Ocarina of Time, because a lot of people would still argue with that game.
No, Ocarina of Time is still pretty dang vanilla.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I just like it more because I like the formula of 3D Zelda more.
Like,
so
me personally, I would rather play one of the GameCube ones over Ocarina of Time.
I agree.
I'd rather play Wind Waker over it.
Yeah, I'd rather play Twilight Princess.
I mean, yeah, Twilight Princess is one of your favorite games, I know that. It's not mine, though.
Like, strictly comparing Wind Waker and Ocarina, it's like, you'd rather play Wind Waker.
Yeah, I vastly prefer Wind Waker. Twilight Princess, I don't think is bad. I don't think Twilight Princess is bad or anything, it just, I don't know, just feels like a lesser Ocarina to me. Like, it's like it has a worse pace to it. I don't like the wolf sections or the... Or those sections where you're going like the Twilight Realm, you need to collect those things.
A lot of the reason why I like this is because I never really beat Ocarina of Time. I played through like most of it.
Oh yeah, there's also like a lot of in-between sections that I just didn't like. Skyward Sword is like way more guilty with that though. Like that straight up killed the game for me.
I was gonna say, at this point it's not even the motion controls, it's just all the other stuff I heard about it too.
Oh yeah, I genuinely don't mind the motion controls in Skyward Sword all that much. I feel like they mostly work. Some, not so much. But most of the time it works, but like the structure of the game, yeah, I don't like.
I was just thinking like, so I mean, I got an Oculus headset recently. That'd be one of the few Dolphin games I would love to try out in VR, the Skyward Sword. Like the game's actually designed with like swordplay in mind, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, if you can get a first-person mod going for it.
Well, Dolphin VR also runs like garbage, so...
I was gonna say though, like, people say Twilight Princess is open world bare, but have you seen Skyloft? Have you seen?
Oh, dude.
There's like almost nothing to do in that open world.
That's like my main issue with Skyward Sword. It's so linear. Not even just the structure of the game, which is like the main criticism people have with all the 3D Zeldas until Breath of the Wild. No, I mean like the world itself is like really linear. Like when you're actually on land, every section is basically just a series of puzzles in a linear path. There's so little exploration in that game.
let's say with the other Zelda games being too linear, I don't know. There's still enough there that it's, there's still enough to do that. So kind of.
Oh yeah, I don't like that's more of a structure thing, and I don't mind that so much. I still prefer the more open approach Breath of the Wild and A Link Between Worlds has, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. But Skyward Sword, I do because the world itself is linear, and that's where I draw the line.
That's what I was about to say. Like the levels themselves are literally a linear path. Like I've seen levels in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say you can have a linear structure with open-ended design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most open world games do that.
It's a good balance. It's how most story-based games kind of do it too.
Yeah.
Also, this is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, by the way, not Zelda.
Not our Zelda discussion.
Well, we haven't recorded a Zelda game yet, so I guess we gotta get them out at some point.
I was gonna say, chances are it's gonna be like Zelda 1 we're recording, so we have like next to nothing to like, specifically at least for that game,
I really don't have much to say about Zelda 1, so that'll probably happen.
Yeah.
Zelda 2, actually, I probably have more to talk about than Zelda 1.
Alright, so this boss is weird. You can't hit it directly. You have to rely on these badniks he's dropping. I personally do this mindlessly. I just spin dash, change floors, spin dash, change floors, spin dash, and it eventually works.
I was gonna say this seems like a working strategy to me.
Yeah, and especially if you're super, like it's gonna work eventually.
Now, Super, it stops at 0 rings, right? So you're like defenseless once it's out?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I wish there was an option to make it so it would stop at 1 ring. That'd be nice.
Say. I guess it's like the whole risk and reward thing, type deal. Like, do you want to use it, type deal?
Yeah, but you can't. Like, what I find annoying is if you have like 100 rings, but the stage is longer than you would expect. I guess you're gonna just have 0 rings at this one part. Anyway, one thing you might notice is my life count is different, and I actually have rings. That's because this is a different recording. I got footage of this without music, specifically so I could put in the Sonic Generations remix of this song, because it is so good. Like, if you haven't listened to this song, please! It's like easily one of the best songs the series has to offer. It is so good! Anyway, I needed to find an excuse to have it somewhere so I can gush about it, because we're not going to cover the 3DS version of that game for a long time, if ever. Like, by the time we cover that game, we're probably just going to be desperate for more Sonic content. Like, oh, I want to do another Sonic game, but that's the only one left.
There's only one left.
There's the one on the GameCom.
No joke, I actually do want to cover that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But yeah, I love this remix! Anyway, this fight, you can go in with rings if you keep rings from the previous boss, but generally you won't have any rings, so one hit will equal death. This part's a little hard because the timing's hard. Just jump the moment the energy stops being sucked in, you should be good. Bonk his nose and hit the emerald glass cage, and that's it.
I mean, also, you use the Master Emerald to make a little Death Star laser.
No, we were just in the Death Star, Dylan.
Yeah, I know.
How have we not mentioned that the Death Egg is obviously supposed to be the Death Star? You guys are Star Wars fans, what the heck?
I mean, I think I did said it earlier, but I don't know.
Oh god, this fight is horrible with Tails, by the way. Because if you hit the glass cage that holds the emerald, there's a high chance Tails will hit it first, so you'll just fall through it and die. That is why I played with Sonic. But yeah, I love the spectacle of this fight. It's so cool. Like, you're running down this thing that's crumbling down, attacking Eggman as he's trying to get away. I don't know why he just doesn't fly off in the distance, but whatever.
It's cool.
Like, why don't you just go a little higher?
I mean, I guess in this case he'd be way down by the Master.
Right.
Well, then go, like, 3D space exists, right?
Right.
Just go, like, forward. Anyway, if you happen to have all 7 Chaos Emeralds or Super Emeralds, it doesn't matter. You have one final boss fight, Doomsday Zone. And this fight is really cool. It's super tense, you have to keep the ring counter up, and it's actually pretty hard. Your first time, you're probably not going to make it. You have to really pay attention to the rings and dash the entire time.
Yeah.
And also the music's great.
This started the whole Super Sonic right at the end thing too.
Yeah. It's a tradition in 3D games to carry where you the final boss actually requires all 7 emeralds. Except this game, it's optional, unlike Adventure, where it's like a scripted thing.
Which I honestly like that instead of doing it like the 2D games where you get the bad ending if you didn't all the emeralds.
No, I mean, this is supposed to be a reward for, getting everything. I like this.
No, I'm saying like in a 3D perspective, it makes more sense to do it linked to the story, is what I was saying.
I don't really see how that would change anything. I mean, I don't mind the way Sonic Adventure does it either. It's just a different way of doing it, but I like this. Anyway, so for
it's
this,
probably because I suck with the special stages, so I don't like the whole idea that they're locked behind them. I don't like them.
Well, okay, then, like, at that point, I would complain about the special stages instead.
I have no opinion.
Anyway, for this boss fight, you're supposed to lure the missiles at Eggman's mech head and avoid all the pellets and missiles. They're not going to hurt you, but they'll propel you backwards, which will delay your progress. And that can equal death, obviously, because if you lose all your rings, it's instant kill.
It's a race against time.
Yep. And I like that, because again, this fight is super tense. There's so many times where I beat this boss with like less than 10 rings left. I remember my first time here, I was at like 5 rings during this part, and I died during the cutscene. Which that sounds annoying, but I actually really like it, because like, to me it's like, no, do that faster, and I don't know, I like how tense it is. I can usually consistently do this one try, but my first few playthroughs I couldn't. Also, that's the mech from Sonic 2. Nice callback. Geez, Sega nostalgia pandering even back in 1994.
I like how it was like, cause I thought the boss was over, but it's like not over. Like, it's like
yeah, I like that.
There's a lot of different phases to this boss.
I got it one up at as I dealt the final blow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Alright, so this song, a weird thing they did for Sonic 3 Air is it combined both credits music for Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles. And this song is basically just a Genesis version of Michael Jackson's Stranger in Moscow. Like, listen to both songs. It's not as identical as Ice Cap is to Hard Times, but it's still pretty dang close. Also, it's still a great song. And I like the Michael Jackson voice clips.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but the Master Emerald is supposed to allow Angel Island to float. I honestly don't know if I brought up this pretty crucial story point.
That's the whole reason why they're going for it.
Yeah, I don't know why Angel Island needs to float, I guess to really protect the Emerald. I don't know. But yeah, Knuckles' sole duty in his life is just to protect the Emerald from thieves. And this is like the one time he's been challenged at it and he failed. Good job, Knuckles.
They didn't put back where it's supposed to go. It's just randomly in the grass.
Actually, there is no designated spot for it in this game, like there is in Adventure. I think as long as it's on the island, it's good.
Echo the Dolphin, is that you?
No, it doesn't have the stars in his head. Fun fact, the original game, the Sonic text was reversed because they just took the sprite from the opening cutscene and flipped it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, not a lot of people know that, but the tornado is actually Sonic's plane. Everyone assumes it's Tails because he always pilots it. It's Sonic's. Get your lore right.
Hey Tails, I just bought the super expensive plane. I don't even know how to fly it. You wanna fly it?
Doesn't he? I just realized he crashes at Sonic Adventure like almost instantly.
Oh, a nice plane you got there. Can I have it?
That actually makes this scene a little more interesting now, because Sonic's just trying to relax, and all of a sudden he sees his prized property just in flames. His tail crashes it.
I wonder he gets so mad at Tails whenever he crashes.
I love how
it's the plane. Okay?
Yeah, I love how when Tails crashes, Sonic just goes, "Tails, what are they gonna do with you?" As if he's not like a charred corpse right now.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like
he gets to the plane, the corpse is just on fire. He's just, Tails, what am I gonna do with you? What am I gonna do?
Okay, so nice little touch is Tails like made like a really rushed job when he did like a really big rush job when he fixed the plane in Sonic 2 because that was shot down in that game, and he fixed it for the ending of that game by just attaching a rocket to the bottom of it, and he still hasn't actually bothered to give it like a real fix since then. It's amazing.
Well, it works.
Well, now
I relate to Tails. Yeah, it was probably not good to like make the plane's only source like a rocket on the bottom.
I was about to say though, like if that's a jet engine, Sonic's face would literally just be torn off right now because of the G-force.
Okay, well, first off, Sonic couldn't even stand on the plane
Yeah.
while it's going.
Like his
One
shoes would
adult-
have to be screwed into the plane for him to
Even
stand
then,
like
like,
that.
I don't know.
No, he would fly off. The
Because-
shoes would remain, but he would fly off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, he wouldn't, because the world will not accept that we will see Sonic feet if that happens.
Okay.
By the way, have you guys ever seen like Sonic characters' feet? They're like just blobs.
I think I've seen him in the comics off and on, but that's about it.
I know the cartoons had like different depictions where they gave Sonic toes and that was gross.
Yeah.
But if you look at like there's a piece of Sonic Adventure art where Amy's in beachwear, you can see her feet and it's just blobs. Same with Tikal. It's weird. Let's stop talking about Sonic feet.
Anyway, I guess.
I like how that's where we end this game.
It's typical for our channel, don't you know?
I was gonna say.
Typical.
We have a way to end these things.
So the ending is exactly the same if you only have the emeralds, except he'll just be yellow. And there it is, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, in my opinion, the best Genesis game. Actually, I just realized we went over our thoughts.
Yeah.
We're too busy talking about Sonic feet.
I mean, we can just put it in here.
Yeah, I mean, as I've said, I love it. I think it's the best Genesis game. Until Mania came out, I would say it's the best Sonic game. And I only think Mania beats it because the level design is better, but I think 3 still beats it in a lot of areas, like story.
Yeah, so I never personally, I like the classic trilogies. It's like I personally could never get into them, but I definitely see that they're good games, and yeah, I could definitely see how that's probably the best Sonic game until Mania, but I don't know.
You're trying to get an opinion of a person that forgot they actually played it and beat it. So, I don't know half the zones because I can't remember. But anyway, it's a good game. I think I like it more than Sonic 2. Even though I grew up with Sonic 2 like the most. Sonic 3 is solid. Never played the Knuckles part of it, but I mean.
Yeah, you did through Sonic 3 Air.
Oh, I'm referring to like when I first earlier on, like when I was playing these games, like.
Yeah, you played Sonic 3 standalone on the
Yeah, because I played on
Genesis.
the GameCube collection, or the Mega Collection, I think it was.
The wrong, dirty way.
I was about to say
Alright,
my first experience was Mega Collection Plus on Xbox.
Yeah.
It was my first.
Alright, that reminds me, I have a story to tell. I saw the Genesis collection that's available on the 360 at GameStop, and I brought up how they have Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, but not Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I said, if you play those separately, you're doing it wrong. And the GameStop employee laughed, and I felt like I formed a deep spiritual connection with him at that moment. Anyway,
He'll also be on the channel next week, guys. Speaking of,
yeah, I just had to
segue
search
that.
him down during this. I just had to find him during this pandemic and hope he still works.
Yeah,
at GameStop.
Right.
we should
And
probably,
find out his exact work
The
hours.
same
Anyway,
guy.
Anyway, there's still gonna be more to this because I'm making a couple extra videos, and even after that, I'm gonna do a Knuckles playthrough because the Knuckles story is actually different. Like the level design's different, the story itself is different. I don't plan on doing that for a while. I don't know when. I guess just when I feel like it. But yeah, this isn't the end of Sonic 3 for Knuckles for now. So yeah,
stay tuned.
Bye.
bye.
Bye.